of this half.
Yeah!
Please cheer and give a lot of love to the stage for Mr. Nick Place.
Now I feel like I'm like a Fabulon ad in the middle of The Sixth Sense. Thanks. Well, the first shock tonight is I'm not going to talk about the time that my cat threw up in my ear. I was completely asleep, I hear this kind of blah, and I feel warm custard in my ear. I'm not telling that story, it's horrendous. I'm going to tell a story about when I was a kid. I'm going to tell a story about when I was a kid, living in the wilds of Burwood. And probably the best joke of this entire story is the real name of my neighbours, which is Wally and Wilma Clarion-Bowl. And Wally and Wilma Clarion-Bowl, turns out were bird nuts. They had this aviary up the back. I never knew about the aviary because I basically never went near the Clarion-Bowls, except that they went away on holidays and someone had this great idea that little Nicko Place was the guy who should look after their aviary while they're away. So suddenly I'm in charge of birds. And I went into their backyard and there's just this wall of chicken wire. And behind the chicken wire is basically every bird that's ever flown in Australia. It's like budgies, rosellas, everything. Just any bird you can think of. So, I didn't know much about birds, and I thought, okay, there's a lot of chicken wire, but, it'd be good to get some air in there, so I left the door open while I'm putting the food in, and when the Clarion-Bowls got back, they had a lot less birds than when they started with, and that didn't go well. But I did have a lot of fun while I was in charge. Like, they had this cocky, and it was the first time I'd ever really been up close and personal with a white cocky, and they give you that weird look, that sort of sideways look that cockies give you? That kind of crazy stare. And so, of course, I'm there with this bird giving me the crazy stare. And they're kind of with their beaks got this kind of grin, but it could be if they're about to turn. And they're big too, they're big. I'm right with you on huntsman's, but huntsman's over here. But cockies are big. So anyway, I of course do the kid thing, which is to go, hello cocky, hello cocky, hello cocky. It stares at me. So I change tack. Hi Nick, hi Nick, hi Nick, hi Nick, hi Nick, hi Nick, for about 5 minutes. Stares at me, I go, okay, boring, he doesn't repeat anything, fine. So I move on. They've got chooks, they've got a rooster. I get the eggs, I go back to mum and go, how cool did you get eggs every day? This is great. The rooster though, was the problem. Because roosters have two jobs really, don't they? One is to kind of look after the chooks, you know what I mean? The other one is to tell us it's daytime. Dawn, and I'm really sorry because I do the worst fucking cock-a-doodle-doo in history, but there's going to be a lot of cock-a-doodle-doo. And at dawn, cock-a-doodle-doo! That's what a rooster does. This rooster was good at it. The problem was, he was too good at it. He, 9 o'clock in the morning, cock-a-doodle-doo! 11 o'clock, cock-a-doodle-doo! 1, 3, 8 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. Finally, a lynch mob is formed in Harrison Avenue, Burwood. And the Clarion-Bowls find themselves as a delegation. That fucking rooster goes off at all times of the day and night, and it needs to be stopped. But they're gentlefolk. We're in the suburbs. This isn't the country where pig shooting is a more common thing. So it's decided, the rooster, if it behaves itself, it'll be okay. Things are tense, and basically things get more tense. The next morning, right on cue, dawn, cock-a-doodle-doo. So, yeah, fair enough. Then probably about 10 o'clock, it happens again. Luckily, we're all at school, people are away, I don't know, the burbs back then, ghost town during the day. Luckily, there's no one really around, except for, a few houseflies who reported, yes, it did actually, middle of the day. So then, it happens again around 4:30. Cock-a-doodle-doo! None of the kids are going to dob it in. We love the rooster. We're barracking for the rooster. We're not going to be the ones who snitch on it. But then, inevitably, in the suburban evening, about 8 o'clock, in a beautiful clear night where sound is carrying perfectly, cock-a-doodle-doo! And the lynch mob reconvenes. And basically the Clarion-Bowls know what's going to happen. They're like, yeah, okay. Summary justice happens in Burwood. End of rooster. No one feels good about this. It is what it is. Everyone feels worse and weirder about this when at about 10:30 that night, cock-a-doodle-doo! And it turned out that cocky, if you repeated something often enough, actually could kind of get its head around the And I like to think, I don't go to Burwood much anymore. I got out of there as soon as I could. But I guess I like to think that sometimes, you know, on a night when it's still, if you walk down Harrison Avenue, you might hear the ghostly sound of the wronged rooster going, cock-a-doodle-doo, fuck you, just one more time. Thank you.